Hello everybody, this is Andrew here. I'm here today to do an unpackaging of an interesting little doodad that I got from Flightowel. Now a little bit ago, I had a tripod, like a plastic one, cheap plastic tripod, that I used for quite a while for doing my recordings. And recently, it decided to jump ship, so I lost that tripod. I had fixed it like twice. I'd glued it, and then I glued and taped it because the socket that the ball sat into for the phone holder was made out of plastic, so they got a cracked joint, and it just didn't want to do what it used to do anymore, so it was just a rigid tripod. So with this interesting little doodad from Flightowel, I got the cart stud and the phone mount. So I'm here today to put it together and do a little test run of some of its functions, if I can escape from the packaging. I guess I did need something sharp. I got something short. Something short. And get this package open. This adhesive is like, no. So I figured it was imperative for me to invest on myself at the beginning of the year, and also in celebration and gratitude of also perusing and enjoying the second year of the Woodland team of Above Ground Level Discs, which, as if anyone knows, the Woodland team is the media team of Above Ground Level Discs. So having equipment like this is important, and seeing as though that this is also from a company that is based in Oregon, like myself, it just kind of, you can do a lot with that. All right. This is very nice packaging. This is interesting. I can tell that this is also 3D printed. At least this part is. Alright, so this is the base. This is the base part, and this goes into the top of your cart rod, which I had already removed the cap, and I did it with a flathead screwdriver. This is what the cap looks like, so if anybody has never taken off the cap, it's not super aggressive, but it does take a little bit of time of, wedging the screwdriver and adding some pressure. Just don't use a knife, of course, because you'll hurt yourself, or you have the potential to. I'm not saying that you're incapable. All right, so this is a pin, goes into this mechanism here. Here's the part that fits into the bracket for the handle. Take and fit this down in there like that. And from what I gather, you remove the pin, set that aside, and you twist it clockwise until it's snug, like real snug and tight. And I'm assuming that this part, when you're twisting it, it pulls up the rod from the inside, and there's a portion in the inside that expands so that it gets caught in the rod so it doesn't move. think that should be just fine, like that. And you get it aligned with that portion. You take the pin and you put it back in there, nice and flush, and that is seated. All right, so that's there. Now let's go into the discussion of the phone mount. So the phone mount, it's multi-directional. You loosen this, and it loosens the joint. Both the socket and the phone holder feel to be made from aluminum. The female part is made out of steel. That also rotates. There's also a bubble leveler so that you can get the proper level, or just what if you need that. This probably fits an attachment for like flash or something like that. And twisting this expands and closes. Although I am curious, what is the furthest it'll go? It looks to be about the furthest it'll go before it detaches is probably about 4 or 5 inches, somewhere around there. It's got rubber grip padding on the sides that look to be about half an inch in thickness or width. I see an extra hole there, although I'm not entirely sure what that would be for. Alright, let's get this attached to the mount. Tighten that back up. Make it nice and snug. And voila! This is the Flightowel cart and phone mount. I used my old phone as a guinea pig. That's solid. I've been needing something like this for a little bit. Just using that cheapo tripod has been a little bit of a hassle in a way, because it was cheap, you know. It was cheap. The joints and everything like that were all made out of plastic, and it just didn't want to cooperate. So, you know, to see something like this is very important, especially if you use a cart, and it gives you freedom of motion. There's only one port to drop it to where it goes vertical like that, but this is solid. It's absolutely one of the most solid things I've seen so far, and it's definitely an upgrade. I imagine some of the team members of Flightowel would have discount codes that you could use to get yourself something like this, so I'd recommend speaking to some of those folks. Anyhow, thank you.